I failed woefully in my first semester. So I wrote down 25 rules that are going to keep me on track and secure my CGPA. And I'll be using this script book so that it's going to be easier for me to relate and list out all the 25 things that I did to get back on track. So stick with me to the end and let's get right into it. The first rule that actually made me secure my CGPA is that I believe that I belong to the top 1% and that 5.0 is non-negotiable. Now, when I actually set my goal to 5.0, it doesn't necessarily mean that I am going to get that 5.0 or that I must get that 5.0. Most times, we actually end up getting a 4.8 or a 4.7 or even a 4.6. But that's actually supposed to be the point. Because if you actually set your goal to be lower and then you get a lot lower, that's actually very, very bad. But if you actually set the standard to be way up there and then maybe you drop by like a little, maybe like say 4.8 or 4.9, you're still actually good. Do you get? So that's the first thing I did. I had to change my mindset that, okay, I am part of the top 1%. People who have been getting that first class, they actually don't have 5 heads and I have the same head as them. Most times I don't have more things than them. I have the textbook, sometimes they don't even have. So what's actually the difference? Do you get? So if they can do it, then I can also do it too. Second thing is that I should not talk in class and pay maximum attention when the lecturer is teaching. Every single time, anytime I'm in class, maybe I'm listening to music or like maybe my friends are gisting or are picking on somebody or something. It's not a good habit. I know it's not a good habit. But I had to change that after I saw I was like, okay, I'm going to stop talking in class. And I'm going to make sure that, okay, I pay maximum attention to what like the lecturer is saying. Because most times, actually, that kind tend to drop hints in class. And they actually tend to give you what you should actually go back and study. So that whenever you sit in the exam, you will not be surprised by what they actually brought out. Because they said it before in class that, okay, study. You just do not just pay attention. Number 3 is that I started to avoid comparison. So there was this thing that was always going on in my head that, I'm not good enough, I'm not intelligent, I'm not academically strong and all of that. And this was highly due to the fact that there were a few people in my department who always behaved like as if, okay, they knew every single thing. Like, I mean, from the way they answer questions in class to the way they've already read 2 topics ahead that we've not even been taught in class. Like, where are you running to? So, all those little things actually make me think that, am I actually serious? Am I actually ready for this first class? Like, am I actually intelligent like them and stuff? So, I had to cut it down. I had to make sure that every single morning, whenever I wake up, I say, okay, Queen, you're intelligent. Queen, you're this. Mimi, you can do this. Mimi, you can do that. Do you get? So, then the fourth thing is that I visualize success daily. Just like I said earlier on, every single morning, even though I do not read what I'm supposed to read the day before or do all of that and stuff, I always visualize success daily. I always tell myself that, Queen, you can do this. You've been doing it before and you're not going to stop now. People who have gotten it before, they don't have 2 heads, so you can also do it too. I'm part of the top 1%. I'm favored. I can do it. I'm intelligent. I'm hardworking. I'm disciplined. I'm diligent. I started telling myself all those things day in, day out, every single day. Because if I actually set my mood right from the morning, most times the day just follows together. It just makes the whole day feel so aligned. The fifth thing I did is that I attend every lecture. Lecturers drop hints in class and of course 10% of attendance. So I started going to class to actually get what the lecturer might drop. Like for example now, if they are teaching this particular course and then they say, okay, focus on this topic, focus on this particular aspect. Those are like some of like the little hints that they actually drop for us in class. So I started changing my mindset from going to class just because of the attendance to actually going to class because I want to actually gain from what the lecturer might actually drop in class. Do you get? Then the sixth thing is that I started pre-reading before class. This might actually seem like a lot, but I realized that every single time I go through what I was taught in the last class, or maybe I brush through what we're going to be taught in today's class, and then I go for that class, it just feels like, okay, I've actually, revised on this before, so it doesn't look new to me again. So, and also too, I won't say I was like consistent. I won't say I did it every single day. But like the few times I was able to actually do them, I made sure that I actually revisited what we were taught in the last class, or I maybe study what we're going to be taught in today's class, or if at most maybe I can solve 1 or 2 past questions from that particular topic I'm going to be taught in today's class. It just keeps me on track. It just makes me feel focused. It just, I don't know. It just makes me like, okay, I'm going to actually go to class. I'm going to actually see something that I've actually seen before. I just don't like going to class with the mindset that, oh, I don't know anything here, so I'm going to learn from the very first time. Do you get? So basically, I'll prefer it if I actually go to class and like I'm seeing something that I've seen somewhere else. Like, okay, how will I put it? It just doesn't look 100% new to me. Do you get? So it just feels like, okay, this course can be conquered. This particular topic can be dealt with. The second thing that I actually started doing is that I started revising within 24 hours of each lecture. Yes, very, very important. So most times what people actually do is that when they are being taught a particular course, right, then they just leave it. Maybe it's like the weekend or maybe during exam time or something. So I started revising every 24 hours. What I was being taught in today's class, I'll make sure that I actually go through it that day or highest the next day. But 24 hours must not pass me by without me going through what I was actually taught in class. And I'll make sure that I also do like 1 or 2 past questions within that period I'm studying for that particular course. The 8th is that I always teach somebody else for better understanding. So towards the end of my first semester, me and my friends, we just started this small community, right? That okay, for this particular course, I'm going to teach them what they don't know in the course. This is actually why. It always helps me remember what I thought I knew and also help me to, keep it to memory that, okay, I'm not going to be forgetting this thing anytime soon. Do you get? So I started teaching them all the topics that were taught. We started doing past questions together. Then they will bring all their questions to me. We'll solve everything together. Then the one that may be okay, I can't really solve. Maybe we cannot refer to like maybe ChatGPT or Gemini or anybody else that can solve it. You can solve it for us completely. So that thing always actually helped me. Like, okay, we'll revise together, we'll study together. Then the next day we're good to go. We can answer any question given in that particular area and stuff like that. Number 9 is that I started using past questions more. So unlike in secondary school was actually quite easier than university, like by far. So like I don't think I really use past questions in secondary school because they always brought out what we're actually taught in school or taught in class. Do you get? But in the case of university now, we have to always refer back to past questions because most times they will teach you 1 plus 1 in class, then end up bringing e raised to the power of 2x plus y log redeem. You get that kind of thing? Do you get? So I had to always go back to past questions, use them a lot, work on the ones that I did not know at all, then try and see how I can be able to get better and get stronger in that particular aspect of that course. The 10th thing is that I started creating a study timetable. I won't say I stuck to that study timetable completely per se, but it's always a good way to start. And how do I always start? Personally speaking, I always start by, first of all, I write it down. I put every single thing I want to do, I write it down. So I started making a study timetable for myself, for my friends, for my loved ones, for my roommate and stuff like that. So when we now make this particular study timetable, make sure that, okay, every single day, we should at least follow it. Even if we don't follow it 247, 7/7 per week and stuff like that, but at least 5 times a week, we actually keep to our study timetable. And yeah. Then the 11th thing is that I started studying smart and not study hard. This is where I want to actually put more emphasis on. Because I've been hearing everybody say, yes, so this is like a new semester, new me, new month, new me, new year, new me, new session, new me. But every single time, after about 2 weeks or maybe even like 3 weeks or so, everybody just kind of just relaxes and just goes back to the way their last session was. I don't know if I'm trying to say. So in essence, by studying smart and not studying hard, this is actually what I mean, right? Instead of me to just read one time and maybe say, okay, I've read for 5 hours, let me stop here. It's not actually about the number of hours you actually study a particular course, but how much you're able to actually understand within a short period of time. I started using flashcards. For example, now I got sticky notes. So once I study a particular section, I will now go back to that sticky note and maybe write down questions that, okay, in 2 days' time, I'm going to go back and see if I can answer those questions off heart without having to look at my notes. That's actually what I mean by studying smart. Then I started teaching my friends, like I told you guys. I started teaching them like as if they were like this 5-year-old baby who doesn't know anything. Do you get? Then they'll ask me all the questions that they have. They ask me every single thing that they have. Then I'm going to that and give them a reply. Then by studying smart and not studying hard, what I mean is that, okay, I started, reading in a better environment and focusing on studying better with more understanding than studying longer with less understanding. So even if I use 50 minutes and maybe say 30 minutes break or 1 hour and 20 minutes break, whatsoever it can be, I started studying smart and not studying hard. The 12th thing is that don't overstudy per time. I always thought that, okay, studying long or study for like a long period of time shows that I'm actually like a disciplined student, or shows that, okay, I'm actually a serious student. I actually got to observe that every single time I study for long periods of time without having to go for a break, or maybe I'm thirsty or I'm hungry or I'm really drained, then with time I just stop understanding whatever. Like basically I could be reading but like nothing is entering to my head again. So I had to focus on studying to where my mental focus can reach and then taking a break. And me personally, my own most mental focus time is basically 1 hour 30 minutes. If I read for more than 1 hour 30 minutes, I'm not even reading again. I'm just looking at the words, I promise you. So after every 90 minutes, I'm just like, okay, I go for a 20 minutes break. I can drink what I can even sleep for like 30 minutes and maybe wake up and continue. Or I just go and play game or go out for a walk or something. I just do something apart from reading. Then anytime I come back to continue, I'm always so refreshed. I'm always so relaxed. I'm always ready to actually continue and read again for another 90 minutes. Then the 13th one is rest well. I always tell my friends to rest well because they don't know what resting well can do, for real. Like anytime you sleep and you wake up, it just feels like, okay, you're actually awake with like 10 times more energy. Or like 5 times, like you get what I'm trying to say. So rest well, even if it's 1 hour every afternoon or 6 hours every night, or do you get, just so that you're resting well. Close your eyes. You don't have to necessarily go into a very, very deep sleep. As far as you're resting, you're like taking that break and stuff. So then before we continue, it's actually going to be an opportunity for me to tell you guys to not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please, let's give this video a thumbs up. And then feel free to also drop down in the comments what you actually think about this video. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions regarding school life, academic life, consistency, discipline, drop them down in the comment section, and I'll be sure to give you a very, very fast reply as soon as possible. So do also subscribe to this YouTube channel. I really appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you guys. Number 14 is that understand the marking scheme. I actually never really took this part seriously in secondary school, because in secondary school the aim was to just read what you were taught and you see what you were taught and answer the questions correctly and you're good to go. But in university, most times it's not what you're actually being taught in class that actually comes out word for word. Do you understand? So you have to understand the marking scheme properly. Make sure that you know what each question carries. Sometimes a question could carry 15 marks and that one will carry like 20 marks. I would go for the one that carries 20 marks, so that even if small mistakes are made, I know that okay, it won't really drop too low. Do you get? So that's what I mean by understanding the marking scheme. Then some courses, sometimes like their exam could be over 100. Some courses it could be over 60. Some could be over 70. So All those things actually makes you to actually understand where to put your energy, where to actually focus on more, what course to actually study more. So that's that. Then the 15th thing that I said in is always show workings in tests or exam. I said this one in my previous video, that every single test, every single exam, show workings, show the provings, show what actually led to that particular answer. Most times, the lecturer may actually not be looking for your answer. They could just be looking for, okay, does she or he actually understand how this question works? Do they actually understand how they actually got their answer? Do you get? So focus on trying to show your workings. Try and impress your lecturer, not by doing the obasabi, but like just try and impress your lecturer. Just so that, okay, sir, I actually deserve that 1 mark, that 2 marks that like you're looking for to give somebody. So that's what I mean by that. Then 16th thing is that prepare ahead before exams, at least 1 week before exams. So day 1 or 2, or day 1 and day 2, I use that one for summary of my notebook, summary of my jottings and stuff on that particular course. Day 3 to 4, past questions. Use past questions, solve as many as possible. Then day 5, quick recap and a good rest. So in essence, I start studying at least 1 week before the test or the exam starts. 17 is eat brain foods. Yes, very important. I actually love food. I think I sit on my body already. Eat brain foods, fish, egg, chicken, all of that. Eat it. Vegetables, drink water, and all of that. Then 18 is exercise lightly. I was always bedrotting. Like if I wake up in the morning now, I won't even want to go anywhere. I'll just have my bath, go for class, buy food, come back, sleep, read, next in the same thing. But I started incorporating going for daily exercises, like even if it's that kind of like 30 minutes in the morning, to be enough for me to just keep my brain active before class starts, before the day actually begins. 19 is form a smart study group. Like I told you guys earlier on about this small group like I created with my friends. It's actually better to study with people than studying alone. Let me actually explain why. Okay, first things first, of course, before you actually go into a study group, you should have at least have, this basic knowledge on the course or on the topic that can go and revise and stuff. But when you're around like minds and stuff, you actually realize that things are faster. Like, okay, now, take for example now, what I would have personally covered in 90 minutes, let's say I can cover a chapter or 2 in 90 minutes. With my study group, we can actually cover like up to 5 chapters in that same 90 minutes. Because why? Everybody is contributing. We're all asking questions. Things are happening faster. Do you get? Everybody's like bringing in their own opinions. We're solving questions as fast as possible. Okay, you take number 1, I'm taking number 2, take number 3, teach us number 4. You take. Things are happening very, very fast. Do you get? So I started forming a smart study, and it actually helped me during my exam period, because sometimes I can have one dangerous paper the next day, so all of us will gather the night before. Oh yeah, we'll start each other all questions. I can promise you that in less than 2 hours, right, we can actually cover like 3 years of past questions. We can cover up to 20 questions, solve it well, understand it, ask questions and all of that. Then the 20th thing I started doing is that I started consulting my seniors and of course those in a higher level. So people up there, they've been there before. They know what it is that we don't know. So I ask them questions. Okay, how did you do this? Was this lecturer easy on you guys? How are his questions being set? Do you get? Ask them questions. 21 is seek help. Seek help from classmates. Seek help from your lecturers. Seek help from those in higher level. Seek help from your parents, your guidance counselor, all of that. Seek help. An island of a man. How is it said again? I don't know, sir. But somebody that is on his own, somebody who thinks he knows it all, is actually the person who doesn't know it all at all. So seek help from people. Then 22 is that I kept a 5.0 tracker. Basically, I started recording my test and exam scores. If I get this particular score, I record it. It's not for the sake of, pride and all of that. It's just so that I can be able to see where I need to work on and work on that particular area properly. Then the 23rd thing is that I started buying snacks during exam period. So most times I will save maybe a good amount of money so that I can buy something to munch on in the night time, because I'm somebody who doesn't just like reading a very, very boring environment. So like I would like to be eating maybe potato chips or Pringles or drinking something you get as I'm reading. It just helps me enjoy what I don't even know why or how, but it just helps me to just enjoy what I'm reading. Then 24 is that I cut all distractions. I promise you, you don't know who and what distractions can do until you begin to see effects in your results, in your grades. I promise you. So anything that I felt would actually hinder me from moving forward and moving fast, I would just silently cut you off or cut it off. It could be social media, maybe TikTok or Instagram. It could be that particular friend of mine who I thought was actually quiet. Then they actually end up to be one of my biggest distractions. Whenever I want to read, they will come and start playing music or poking my head. I'll just silently cut it, I promise you. Then the 25th thing is that I started summarizing my notes using AI apps. So I started using AI apps like a notebook, LM, ChatGPT, Gemini, so that I could just summarize my notes for me. Bring out the main points, bring out past questions from there, bring out, you get. These are 25 things I did that actually boosted my CGPA by far. Like, it boosted it up by far. So, if you've been able to stick with me to this particular point in this video, thank you guys so much for all your support. Thank you so much. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let's work together. Let's grow together. Let's get that particular CGPA high up. Then don't forget to also jot down your questions in the comments below. Tell me what you think about this video. Tell me your own questions. Tell me what you actually learned from this video. What has worked for you? What do you want to stop doing, and what do you want to start doing? And I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in other videos to come. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Bye.